Hello children! I am Binibining Mutya Kabanalan, your future mathematics teacher 3. Our lesson is about identifying and drawing parallel lines, intersecting lines, and perpendicular lines. At the end of the lesson, students are expected to create or draw parallel lines, intersecting lines, and perpendicular lines, and understand the difference of parallel lines, intersecting lines, and perpendicular lines. In the previous lesson, we have studied and learned to recognize and draw points, line segment, and ray. Are you ready for our new lesson? Let's go and find out. To help us understand our lesson, let's review and study the illustrations below. What do you notice about the illustration shows? Great! It shows line pairs with different characteristics that we will discuss and learn about. Figure A shows the intersecting lines. Intersecting lines are the lines that intersect at a point. As in our example, line M meets or intersects line N. The point where the lines intersect is called the point of intersection. In our illustration, line M and line N meet at point D, which is our point of intersection. We find that figure A shows intersecting lines. Now, let's study what is in picture B. Picture B shows parallel lines. Parallel lines are lines that do not intersect or converge even if these lines lengthen or extend. As in our example, line S is parallel to line F. Because these lines do not meet or intersect, even if these lines are extended, they will still not stick together. Now we know and understand that picture B shows parallel lines because these lines do not intersect or meet. Moving forward, let's examine and study what is in picture C. Picture C shows perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are lines that meet or intersect like intersecting lines, but the perpendicular line creates four corners of a square or right angle with 90 degrees, as we have in the example. Line A intersects with line B. It creates the corner of the square or right angle. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 right angles with 90 degrees. Now, we understand what each line pair in our illustration represents or means. We have intersecting lines, parallel lines, and perpendicular lines. Let's practice so that we can better understand our lesson. Let's answer task 1 of your module. Instructions. Identify the pictures in each number and determine what type each line pair is. Write the correct answer on your answer sheet. Are you ready? Let's start. Number 1. Right! It shows intersecting lines because the lines meet or intersect. Number 2. Great! These are parallel lines because the lines do not meet even if these lines extend. Number 3. Great! It shows intersecting lines because the lines meet or intersect at a point of intersection. Number 4. Right! These are perpendicular lines. These lines meet and form the four corners of the square or right angle. Number 5. Right! These are parallel lines because the lines will not meet nor intersect even if they extend. Let's practice more. Let's answer task 2 of your module. Instructions. Look at and identify the lines in the picture below. Write the required lines in each column of the table. Do this on your answer sheet. Did you see and record the intersecting lines? Some of the intersecting lines are line ES and line HC. The line CP and line HC are also intersecting lines. The line HC and UF are intersecting lines too. If you have other intersecting lines visible, you can add them to your answer. Now, let's identify the parallel lines in our lines. Did you see and write the parallel lines? Some of the parallel lines are line ES and line UF. Parallel lines are also line CP and line WX. If you have seen other parallel lines, you can add them to your answer. Let's identify and write the perpendicular lines in our illustration. Have you seen and recorded? Some of the perpendicular lines to our lines are line CP, line ES. Apart from these, the line UF and line XW are also perpendicular lines. Let us remember that intersecting lines are the lines that intersect or converge at a point. The point where it intersects is called the point of intersection. Parallel lines are lines that do not intersect or converge even if the lines are extended. Perpendicular lines are lines that meet and form for right angles or 90 degrees. Now, try to answer task 3 of your module. Instructions. Using the lines below, draw parallel, intersecting, and perpendicular lines. Do this on your answer sheet. Now, let's draw the intersecting lines from our illustration. Did you notice and draw? One of the intersecting lines in our illustration is line JO and line KN. If you see other intersecting lines in our lines, you can draw them as well. Have you seen and drawn it? The parallel lines in our lines are line SC and line JO. Now, let's find and draw the perpendicular lines to our lines. One of the perpendicular lines is line JO and line VC. If you have other perpendicular lines visible, you can add them to your answer sheet. Excellent! You have finished our lesson. If there are parts that are not clear to you, you can go back and watch the video again for your full learning. For further work, you will read and study your module on pages 27 to 28. Thank you for watching!
Thank you so much.